To begin today, we're going to take on the persona of an external customer, someone who's outside of your organization and is looking to engage with the customer service leg of your company. Dynamics 365 customer engagement includes an out-of-the-box portal add-in, which has several different templates available. A customer portal is one of those available templates. There's several other portal types available that organizations frequently use, including an employee portal, a partner portal, a community portal, or an event portal. But today we're going to focus on that customer portal. And this template includes three primary functions out of the box. One of them is support case management, another is a knowledge base, and then the last one is discussion forms. This can be configured to expose additional functionality as well. Common scenarios might be exposing customer invoices on your portal or exposing the products that a customer has and supporting things like product registration or things like that. So what we're looking at here is the Dynamics 365 customer portal, and we're currently signed into the portal as an anonymous user. And as an anonymous user, or someone that hasn't signed in, is not authenticated as a specific CRM account or contact, and we're able to still come in here and be able to look at knowledge-based information or forms information to be able to hopefully find the answers that we need to answer the questions that we might have about the issues that we're running into. All of that's very configurable from a security perspective, what you do and don't expose to users who may or may not be authenticated. But out of the box, we have access without being authenticated to see some of that information. So here at the very top, we have a search bar. We have access to some of the most popular articles. The system's keeping track of which articles are most commonly viewed to get customers the information that they need most quickly. Let's go in here and let's do a search for 3D. Contoso is the example company that we'll be working with today, and Contoso is a company that does a lot of work with 3D printers. So let's go ahead and search for 3D. And what the system is going to do is it's actually going to pull back information from both the knowledge base as well as the support forums and bring that back here into one consolidated view of data. So we see here that maybe we're looking for information on how to support 3D printers, which is a knowledge base article. So we can come in here and we can take a look at that. And we see here that that's been viewed 3 times. And here's some information about how to support 3D printers. And also, if we jump back here and we take a look at something like changing 3D printer filament, that is actually a forums discussion. And we're able to view this forums discussion, but we won't be able to comment on that forums discussion until we sign in and are actually an authenticated user in the portal. So this just gives us read-only access to be able to hopefully get the answers that we're looking for. So let's sign in now as a user so that we can actually interact now with the portal with the capabilities to actually submit information. So I'm going to click up here on sign in. And the user that we'll be working with today is Eva Koritz from Fabricam. And so I'm going to go ahead and click here on sign in. And so now if we go back and we go and we find the same article we were looking at here before, now we'll see a different experience because now we're an authenticated user and we're actually able to comment on this article if we have an answer or if we need some additional information. People who would normally be commenting in the support forums would be not only external customers, but also it's a valuable tool for people within your organization to be able to provide support from inside your organization out to customers who may have questions as well. So as Eva, we could say, I still am looking for an answer. And we have the ability to attach files if we had a screenshot or a picture of the 3D printer that we're having an issue with, and we can go ahead and we can post that reply. We have the ability to subscribe or unsubscribe from the changes that are being posted, so I can get an email notification when answers are posted so that I don't have to come back and constantly be checking in the portal for updates. Now that I'm an authenticated user, I'm able to go into the support forum and I'm able to post new questions. So we can create a new thread and ask a question that might be specific to me. So now let's take a look at the My Support header up here. So The My Support function here is what allows us to be able to submit support cases and be able to interact with the support team at Contoso. So we see here that we're currently looking at the My Open Cases view. We also have the ability to look at historical closed cases. And so maybe we want to come in here and need to update a case. Customer needs help with new printer. So we can open up one of our existing cases. And if we scroll down here, we'll see here that anytime there's activities posted to a support case, things like phone calls or emails or things like that, those are going to get posted to the case. Let's actually go back and open up this case that I was working with here earlier. So this one here actually has a phone call, and we've noted here that we had a call back to understand the query. So we needed to reach out to the customer, find out some more information, and we've posted that now in the timeline. So then that way, maybe the customer didn't check their voicemail, or we wanted to come back and the customer was going to follow up, and now they have a recap of that conversation. And now we can come in here and we can add a comment and say, here is my serial number, and put that in there. And so it's a two-way interactive discussion here to be able to open new support cases, comment on the existing ones, and potentially then be able to close them out from the customer side once the case is resolved and no more information is needed. So let's go back and let's create a new support case, and let's say 3D printer jamming. I have a 3D printer, and oftentimes the extruder gets jammed up if it's not set to the right temperature, or you're pushing too much filament out at one time. So that's a very common issue. So once we enter a title, the system actually is going to take a look at any knowledge-based articles that we've published or any forums discussions and suggest those as possible resolutions. The goal here being that we want to cut back on the support volume that your support team has to resolve. If we build a really solid knowledge base and we're able to share that with customers and make it very searchable and indexable, then that cuts down on the support volume and ultimately saves time and money within your organization. And so ultimately, if we take a look at these articles and we say, okay, well, none of these here are things that are going to resolve my issue, now we can scroll down and we can create a new support case. So if I'm signed in as someone who has access to multiple accounts, I have the ability to actually go in here and pick from the different accounts that I'm associated with. If the primary contact person for this case might be someone other than myself, I have the ability to pick another contact within my organization. And then ultimately what I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a case type, which in this case is a problem, and a subject, which is going to route this case to a specific support queue. So let's go ahead and choose that this is a maintenance issue. And I'm going to say my 3D printer is jamming every time I try to print a model. All right. So again, we can attach files, whatever we need to do there, and then we can go ahead and we can submit our case.